Hi guys, and welcome to Activity 5 for Physical Sciences for Year 9. This activity we're going to look at electrical symbols, and from that we're going to use these electrical symbols to build circuit diagrams. Now basically a circuit diagram is an explanation as to what's going on in the circuit in a very simplistic form. So we don't take photos of the circuit. What we'll do is we'll build a simplified version of it which shows the various components and the power sources which actually are feeding that circuit. But before we draw the diagram, what we need to do is to have a look at the various symbols that we use. So, as I said, instead of drawing a light bulb, we'll use a specific symbol which will denote a light bulb or a lamp. So what I've got here is a series of electrical symbols that we'll use throughout this unit, and your job is to actually go away and try and learn the majority of these, all of these symbols, so that we can use them in the diagrams. What I've done is I've also included a copy of this slide as a PDF, which you can download, print off, and have it in front of you when you're building your circuit diagram, so you don't forget which one is which symbol relates to which component. Okay, so you can pause the video now, have a look at the symbols and try and learn them, or download the PDF. Okay, right, so now we've got our symbols, what we're now going to do is build our circuit diagram. So to help us, what I've done is I've put together a little video where in the lab I've put together a circuit, and you'll see that there are wires all over the place, and the components don't all fit. And what I'm going to do is use a set of electrical symbol cards which you can download for yourself, print off, cut them out, and then you can use them in the same format to help you build your diagram. After a while you'll become fairly good at this, and you won't have to use the cards, and you can just draw it yourself. The key thing to understand is we're simplifying the circuit diagram, and it always goes in a complete circle. So enjoy it, watch this video, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you find it useful. Then we'll go on and do some activities afterwards. So what I've done in your pack is produce some cards. When you cut these cards out, you get various things like variable power pack, battery, switch, some wires, light bulbs. You can have voltmeter, ammeter, variable resistor, and normal resistor. And putting these together, we can make our circuits. So let's start drawing a circuit. So here we've got a circuit where just a very simple circuit which makes up a battery which flows into a switch, and from the switch it flows down the arm through the yellow wire into a light bulb, and then that goes back to the battery. Okay, we hit the switch and we see the light bulb lights up. But how do we draw this? That's the key. So it's very simple. Start at the beginning with the circuit and use your cards to build up the profile of the diagram. So the first one we've got is a battery. So you have to find the battery symbol. There it is. Pull it across, and we'll put it at the top in the same position as we've got the battery in the circuit. Now we've got a wire, so we'll take a wire and put it on the end. Next we've got a switch. There's the symbol for the switch. Place the switch in our circuit, making sure all the lines join up. From the now got a wire and a light bulb. Now basically the wire is the straight line between the switch and the light bulb, so I don't need to have to put an extra wire in. At the moment the circuit is open, so we've got to go back to the battery. So we'll complete the loop by putting in 2 extra wires. The number of wires is irrelevant. It's literally about a case of making it back to the battery to make a complete circuit. And there we have it. That is your complete circuit for that, complete diagram for that circuit. Great. Okay, let's get a little bit more complicated and try something else. So here's another circuit that we've got. We start off with a variable power pack going into a switch. Now that here is a resistor, which is this one down the bottom here. From the resistor it flows through the wire into a light bulb and then back to the variable power supply. So the first thing that we need to do is to choose our variable's power supply symbol. There it is, so we'll put it at the top. Okay, from there we go via a wire. Put it on the end by the variable power supply. Okay, then we go into a switch, so we need to put a switch in our circuit. There it is. Link that up to the wire. There we go, we're going to link that up to the wire. Awesome. So the next one in the circuit, we've got a resistor. So this is the symbol for the resistor. So we're going to place that in a nice long line. So we're following the wires. Even though the wires are looped, it doesn't matter. And then we go to a light bulb. Now we try and keep the wires nice and straight. Put the light bulb in. There we go. And the circuit is now open. So that little bit there shows us the wire. So now we need to go back to our variable power supply. So that's following the black lead. As I say, all I need to do is to make sure that I've got our wires and it goes back to the power supply. Normally all circuits will be drawn in a loop and it tends to be like a rectangle. There we go, we're just going to put the wires in just to close off that circuit. Now if you download the worksheet, you can cut these symbols out and then use them. Okay, so there we go from the power pack, through the switch, then down through the resistor, into the light bulb, and then following the wires back to the variable power supply. Okay, great job. Thanks for watching. Okay, so now we've had a look at our circuit, how we draw the diagrams. Hope you found that useful. So what I would like you to try and do now is download activity 5B, which is going to be the exercises. Also download the electrical cards so you can print those off, cut them out like you saw in the video there, and then build the 8 circuits and draw what you've built with your cards onto the sheets. And you'll find that there's also the answers, and I've done worked answers with the cards so they're as in the format of a video. Well, I hope you found that useful in the format of using symbols and building circuit diagrams. Join me again, and thanks for watching.